Because it's very tempting to say yes to things that public relations companies and all these people send your way constantly. It's and of course, how easy could it be? You just say yes, and then your day is done, and then you did stuff that like sometimes people don't really care about.
Well, you just described the life of a overnight weekend part-time WGN fill-in host. Wait, you're telling me that you've got someone who's willing to come in at 3:15 in the morning on a Sunday? Sounds like a great guest. That's great. Can we keep him on for an hour?
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Would you say this is as glamorous as television? Is this just like doing Fox?
It's more glamorous.
It's more glamorous. It's more exciting. You don't know what's going to happen.
There's something very sexy about Lincolnwood. So here we are. We're sitting in a shopping mall parking lot, the Lincolnwood Town Center. Marianne Murciano, Bob Surratt.
And Jerry Seinfeld joining us when exactly, James?
So we went to 90 miles for a lunch today. Thanks for jumping in the Mazda for this one.
This is unbelievable. All the best restaurants, I think, aren't in strip malls.
Well, as malls go in this area, this is maybe number 3 on the list. Maybe you'd put Old Orchard number 1, throw Northbrook Court behind that. Maybe this is number 3, just ahead of the Lincoln Village strip mall that has a Panera and a GameStop.
Yeah, I have to say I haven't been to this one a lot, although now that the Cuban restaurant is here, maybe we'll be here more, Marianne.
I really like the decor in that restaurant, too. 90
they have
miles.
one on Armitage.
You know why it's called 90 miles, don't you?
Is it because it's 90 miles from Cuba to
Key West?
So you can see Cuba on a good day?
On a good day, I have actually, well, I don't know. It looked like land.
So
it might have been land.
Thank you, Sarah Palin.
So, Marianne, your heritage is Cuban, yes?
I was actually born in Cuba. I am Cuban.
So how did your family get out of Cuba?
Oh, wow. Well, that was a long time ago. So Castro was already in power. And my family, most of my dad's brothers were in aviation. My dad was a pilot, his brother was a pilot, his dad was a pilot, other 2 brothers just in the aviation industry, except for one who had moved to Florida in the 40s. And so what happened is that all the businesses were taken over. They were nationalized, by the government. And so it is called Cubana de Aviación. That's the company that he worked for. It was the only airline in Cuba. And in order to, first of all, you couldn't leave the country. They closed the borders and you could not leave.
Hence my question.
And so what they did is they planned a huge escape. And the way that the escape had to work was that everyone in the family had to leave at the same time. Because if you didn't leave at the same time, whoever was left behind was either jailed or persecuted in some way, or they would lose their jobs.
This is an awesome movie, but it's your life.
Yeah. So they had to coordinate the right time in order to plan their escape. And it took about a year to plan this because some of the women in the family, including my mom, were pregnant. And they didn't want to leave until they had their kids because they didn't know what they would find for real in terms of hospital care and all that. And they didn't.
I bet they were frightened. That sounds terrifying.
It's scary. Yeah. Imagine you're pregnant and you're gonna have a baby soon. Maybe your third. In 2 cases, my mom's case and her sister-in-law, their 3rd child, and they just thought, no, the child should be born in Cuba. Then we will take off. So when all the women were done having babies, the last ones were on December 4th and December 5th. And within the next month, all the brothers left with their families. And what they did basically was they said, they were trusted by the government, by the way. They were pilots. And they said that their mother was in Florida on her deathbed and that everybody in the family needed to go for a weekend at least, for a few days, to say goodbye to her. So little by little, on different flights, within a span of a couple of weeks, everybody left.
That's amazing.
Andy Garcia did make a movie not about Marianne's family, although they do know Andy. He did make a movie about fleeing from Cuba in that period around 1960 or so. Was that it, Marianne?
Yeah.
Well, I forgot the name of that
1961.
movie. We were just talking about
The Lost City.
That's it. You can still see that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, watch The Lost City. It's really cool.
And it's so fascinating to see what's going on now. You got the Rolling Stones doing the gig this past weekend, and Fidel made his big announcement saying, thanks but no thanks, we don't need your help, America. Suck it, Obama. I think that's what he said to the Cuban press.
Well, they're not used to answering questions from the press.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem. It was pretty uncomfortable when Raul and Obama had that news conference, and all the journalists kept asking questions, and Raul was looking confused because he's not used to
Right.
answering questions.
Are we doing 90 miles wrong, by the way? Should we be having mojitos? Are we doing this wrong with waters
Oh.
and soda?
Yeah.
Well, if we
taking
want
a
a
run-
coherent podcast, we're probably doing it right.
Fair enough. So, all right, Surratt and Murciano, last time we really publicly saw you in a big way, it was on the radio. What are you up to?
SusosFork.com.
Yeah, susosfork.com. Susosfork.com is our new Latin-based food website, but it's also a lot more. It's not just food. It's us. I mean,
And-
people know us and have wanted to stay in touch with us, and this is the place that they can go and find out what we're doing, where we're going. We're traveling as much as we can, considering that we still have a kid in high school. That ties you up a little bit.
No, you can go away. Just, honey, just make sure you don't make a mess while we're gone.
Yeah, and don't throw any
please,
parties.
Yeah, don't have any friends over.
Yeah, no risky business scenes while we're gone.
Yeah, that's right. No high grade hookers while we're touring the countryside.
Shall we pop open the croquetas?
Only if you say it like
you,
that.
You've never had a croqueta. So I want to see what you are. First of all, it's here it is. They boxed it up, and it comes with a sauce that looks like I don't know. It looks like spicy mayonnaise to me. But
This looks like bar food.
Throw
I
this
see
away.
fried
Well,
stuff.
Throw this away.
This is a good way to judge Cuban restaurants. You know how you can judge a Chinese joint by the egg rolls
Oh, yeah.
and other restaurants by certain appetizers. The croqueta is a good way to sort of figure out how the rest of the food's going to be.
all right.
I'm sorry, Bob. Do you mean croqueta?
I can't say it that way. No.
First of all, I'm going to shoot a picture of this before
Before we
let's-
defile the box?
Oh, Bob, put that croqueta back in here.
It's in his
Did
mouth.
you-
I took
a bite.
It's in your mouth?
I took a bite of it
You're
already.
kidding me. Okay.
That's the problem. Marianne wants to take pictures for the website to go with various recipes, and sometimes I forget about that and eat the food.
I understand. That's what we men do.
Okay. I'm going to give you a croqueta here so you can have a taste
Gracias.
of heaven.
Should I
So-
dip it in that mayonnaise thing?
This is like, you know that really famous restaurant in Tampa that makes Cuban sandwiches that everybody raves about, but they put salami in it? This is like the salami of this dish. It does not belong in a Cuban sandwich. Spicy mayonnaise does not belong with croquetas.
See, this is the way I feel about barbecue. You'll go to a barbecue place, and the ones who do it right put your sauce on the side because the meat should be the centerpiece.
Okay, I think that, and I've
Pretty good.
I've had quite a few. In fact, Marianne and her family took a trip. We all went together through Spain, and we ate croquetas everywhere. And one time we ordered how many for the whole family?
64.
To sample. Yeah. So we're good judges of this.
Okay, so so to add to that story, and this is the kind of thing that we want to do more of on Suso's Fork, and we will be doing more of on Suso's Fork. We've already started. So
Wait, you should backtrack. Why Suso?
Suso happens to be an inspiration for me. He was my pet monkey when I was growing up, and he was the healthiest person in our family.
Marianne, you were such a mom. You see me
I'm
spill.
such a mom. I saw you spill your Coke.
Spill
and
on
I
aisle
am,
3.
And I am
You're amazing.
wiping you.
As she's talking, she's reaching for a napkin to
Sorry.
clean up the pig in the driver's seat. That's
Clean
amazing.
up on the driver's seat.
Seriously.
So-
you had a pet monkey.
We had a pet monkey. That was totally an accident. And The pet monkey was actually in Miami. I was about 10 years old, and my dad gets a call from our cousin. I'm sure that there's a good story that goes along with this, but I don't know what it is, and everyone has already passed away. So my dad passed away, my cousin who had the monkey passed away. So I don't really know the story of how it came to be. But anyway, my dad gets a call one day and says, your cousin in Georgia is moving from a house to an apartment, and he can't keep the monkey in the apartment. And he's asked us to watch the monkey for a short period of time until he figures out when he can move into a house again. So I have said yes. So we are, of course, my brothers and I have 3 brothers. We are like jumping in the air for joy, because can you imagine, you're 10, 8, and 7, and your dad tells you that you're getting a monkey?
I'm in my 40s. I'd like a monkey.
So we get this monkey, and his name is Suso.
S-U-S-O, S-U-S-O. And the website, we should point out, S-U-S-O-S, Suso's Fork.
Fork, right. Okay, so then there's this story in the family, because we're all wondering, why is the monkey's name Suso? And apparently, have you ever seen a capuchin monkey?
Yeah.
Okay, so when my cousin...
Isn't that like the organ grinder monkey?
It's an organ grinder monkey, yeah. So when my cousin was getting the monkey, he was told that it was a female monkey. And so he had thought that the name of this monkey was going to be Susie. Right?
So it had to take the masculine O?
So when you see the monkey, you know that there's absolutely... It's like a naked man. Like, there's no possibility that it could be a girl. Like, how could they have mixed that up? I still don't know. And so, in his mind, it was going to be Susie. And then all of a sudden, it's this organ grinder male monkey, very obvious male monkey. And so he, just quickly decides to just turn it into a Suso.
Makes perfect sense.
And Suso ate healthy food, ate better than anybody else in the family, fresh produce, fruits and vegetables, right?
So inspiration right there.
Inspiration for healthy, yeah. So the whole idea behind Suso's Fork really is to bring Latin food to people who aren't used to having that, who don't have like the palate for it, who are scared of what to order at a Latin restaurant, who don't know Mexican food except Mexican fast food, tacos and quesadillas and all that. The idea is there are so many unbelievably delicious dishes, and people just don't know about them, and they don't know how easy it is to create them. So I'm not a chef. I mean, everybody in my family has always said, not everybody, my kids. My kids say, Mom, this is so delicious. Yeah. So delicious, you should be a chef. And, I'm like, I'm not a chef. But I love talking to chefs. Bob is great at interviewing chefs. And that's what
I'm great at eating, too.
And he's great at eating, yeah. And we have completely different...
let's feed the monster in the back seat.
All right,
there, yeah.
We have completely different takes on food also.
Yeah,
all right.
Suso had a great sense of adventure, as Marianne tells me, and so I'm trying to be more adventurous in my food.
Well, when I think of Bob Surratt, I think encased meat enthusiast.
Well, there you go. Your Chicago
Speaking of meat.
Staples of the food pyramid, ribs, pizza, and hot dogs.
All right, so here we have a plate of... I'm taking a picture of it. You know what?
This looks like pulled pork.
I'll post these pictures along with our interview. How about that?
I'm not completely up on the technology, James, but the podcasting does enable the viewer and listener to smell, correct?
Oh, yeah.
To smell what we're eating.
Actually, unlike traditional radio, all 5 senses are appealed to.
Excellent.
With podcasting.
Yeah.
So this looks like pulled pork. What is this?
It's sort of like a pulled pork, but it's that's what it is. Basically, it's not shredded.
And I love lime with anything.
And lime with anything. So and again, here we have 2 sides of I don't even know what this is.
Radish, beet.
Radish. No, you don't get that out of here.
By
And
the
then
way, the
this
way
is like a
Marianne-
pico de gallo.
The way Marianne Latinizes even mac and cheese, for example, and you see this on the website, is to put lime, add garlic.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are many tricks.
Here, pass this back to Bob.
Pick up your fork,
sample.
James,
Okay.
because
I was trying to respect my guests.
By the way, the
And-
croquetas, we should say, in my opinion, the outside was okay. It wasn't too deep fried. It wasn't too breaded, but the inside needed more bechamel sauce. Isn't that? Aren't you impressed?
I'm impressed that you say bechamel sauce.
Yeah.
That's good. And to your point
What
about
did you think
Love
of
it.
that? Isn't that good? Masitas de puerco.
I love pork. I mean,
Anything.
Oh, that's
pork,
pretty
yeah.
good. Tender, juicy.
to your
Very-
point about Latin food, I mean, when people realize how easy it is to make guacamole, they'll never buy guacamole at a store again.
Oh my God! And the ingredients that are in store-bought, many store-bought guacamole. I read this article once that there was only like 10% avocados in it or something. I mean,
How's that even
how's
possible?
that possible?
Right.
Right, exactly.
What is in it exactly?
Yeah, that
I
is
wonder.
concerning. That is good. I'm going to
As
take
we-
one more fork.
As we chew on our pork, masitas de puerco, there's nothing like that. That's something you can order at a Cuban restaurant, and it'll always be pretty much the same thing. It's kind of like a roasted. What would you say this is? It's like you roast it and then you squeeze. It's with garlic also, garlic, salt, and then you squeeze lime on it, and it is just to die for. It's like it's usually in a saucier. This is a
I
little
like it
bit.
without a sauce.
I know, me too. I like it
That's
without
very
the sauce.
good.
Yeah.
Very, very. It's analogous to pulled pork. in America.
Normally, you wouldn't be eating this in a moving car. We're not moving, fortunately.
No, that's in all of our best interest. So as you guys are getting Suso's Fork moving forward and you're testing out recipes, you're taking pictures, I mean, with your combined history as broadcasters, television, radio, do you miss having that kind of outlet?
Well, it's interesting because of social media, you can still get not only have an outlet, but have immediate feedback on our Twitter accounts and Facebook and so forth. So I think that we would be missing it more if not for that. But when you've done radio and TV all your life, there's certainly a part of you that's always thinking about ideas for that medium. And we're fans of so many people on TV and radio, and we continue to be interested in that. But
We were just in LA for our spring break, where we, by the way, had so much delicious food out there. It's crazy. LA didn't used to be known for their foods, but they're like light years ahead of most cities in terms of like really great healthy dishes.
And
all
also
that.
they go the other
So-
side too, with your In-N-Out burger and
Oh, yeah.
and some great junk food.
Anyway, we saw so many people that we know, and we met so many new people, and the mentality there is you work on a project for a certain period of time, and then you're off until the next project comes along. So, or you work on 2 or 3 projects at the same time. Well, that's how we want to live our lives. I mean, this susosfork.com is a project that we're working on. And then if another project comes along, if we recently were on WLS radio covering election night. We had a blast. I mean, if
Did you order pizzas? Isn't that what you do on election night in a newsroom?
they ordered sandwiches that were amazing. Where were those sandwiches from, Bob?
I don't know, but I was impressed because they were wrapped nicely, and I was
Yeah.
used to having the sandwiches at WGN, and those were wrapped in Tribune newspapers.
So anyway, I mean, if something develops out of that, that'll be another project that we're working on. But it's not. I don't know. It's like that. I don't think that these days you are really stuck in a job for life anymore. I mean, it's like you move on from one project to the other, but we have essentially what we have never changes. We love broadcasting. We love. We have a YouTube channel for Suso's Fork where we have some videos, and we are growing our video collection.
It seems like that's the real opportunity for both of you.
Yeah,
That's Sousa's for.
That's one of the opportunities, but that doesn't mean that we wouldn't consider other things too.
Well, I mean, in addition to the cookbooks, of course.
Of course. I mean, that can lead to so many different things, and we want to check out different opportunities for working with different brands. I mean, so we are just expanding, and this is just one of the things that we're doing right now. But we're having a blast doing it, and I personally would like to do this a lot more so that we can just travel for work and have a lot of fun bringing these dishes to people. I mean, I like, my dream is I want to go to Venezuela, and I want to be in the kitchen with somebody who's making these Venezuelan specialties that nobody hears about, and yet you can make them with things that are already in your house, because they're not super fancy dishes, but they're just interesting. It's sort of like opening up your horizons and teaching people that they don't have to stick to just one thing. You too, James, can go to the store and buy a plantain and know what to do with it. Because right now, you probably see that at the store and you go, what is that, a green banana?
Oh, I don't know if I'm a good example. My first thought when I look at a plantain is, how do I make this into a jibarito?
Into a what? A burrito?
Jibarito. The Puerto Rican, the sandwich with the meat on the
plant. Oh, my God. Those are unbelievable, right?
So that's my first thought.
Exactly, but you want to know how to do it.
I could use a little guidance, sure.
And there is some advantage and some desire and some thought that it might be good to be your own boss. It might be fun. Not that we wouldn't miss being critiqued by a news director or a program director.
Oh, that's the best.
But
yeah, that's the best.
It is kind of a tempting thought.
Well, Bob, looking at you, and let's be honest, you've been doing this for a while. When you get criticisms, do you just want to flip off your boss, say, really, I'm Bob freaking Surratt. Do you know who I am?
No.
He never has that attitude. And I always say, Bob, you're Bob freaking Surratt. See? Don't let anybody tell you. No. You know what? We had a very unusual situation at WGN because when we were there, that was a microphone, by the way.
No explanation necessary. We're recording in my car.
As opposed to Surratt belching, you mean.
That's
exactly right. I don't think we ever heard a critique, good or bad. Isn't that unusual, Bob?
Well, I think we did hear positives, and we were always
we heard
asked,
positives, but we never heard like, "Hey, don't do that anymore."
Are you having fun? No, really, we were let loose for a few years, and that was great. I kept telling Marianne, "Don't get used to this because this isn't the way it normally is." But no, over the years, to answer your question, I think partially because of low self-esteem, I've always taken criticisms to heart and been bothered by them. Although I must say that as I got on in the business and got older, they didn't hurt as much as in the beginning. And I think that's true of anybody in broadcasting. It should be. Like after a while, if you've been successful to any degree, you have to think, I must be doing something right. So I'll listen to this, but I'm not going to fret about it too much.
All right. Right now I'm taking a picture of empanadas that are... Did you guys order chicken empanadas?
No, we ordered pollo.
Show off.
Had I been there when you were ordering, I would have said, you got to get some picadillo empanadas. Because
I suggested chorizo, but Bob looked...
chorizo. Oh, that's good.
He looked
I used to eat chorizo sandwiches. All right, I don't know what this dip is. I'm going to try it, and I'm passing this on. I'm losing all my chicken.
Chorizo is sausage, right?
Yes, like a spicy sausage.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with, there's like Spanish chorizo and there's Mexican chorizo. I grew up eating, Bob, can you believe this? I don't think I've ever confessed to this, but I grew up eating Spanish chorizo sandwiches. Can you believe that?
That's hard to believe because you're so health conscious.
God, I could eat Spanish chorizo sandwiches every day of the week. I'm going to try this. And, Bob, to your point about criticism, for me, I find that just a 24-hour distance from a critique allows me to reset. Like, in the moment, I get really angry, and then I think...
You get angry when you get critique?
Well, not angry, just, I don't know how I get. I get emotional, I suppose. But once I have a good night's sleep, everything seems silly the next day.
Well, and also I must say that wives are pretty good too at critiques in terms of letting you know if something is valid or not, in terms of honest critique themselves, and that kind of helps. But I think for the most part, you do kind of after a while. You kind of the bad thing about being in the business a long time, as I mentioned, the good thing is after a while you're not that bothered by the criticism. But the bad thing is, after a while you do sort of think I'm kind of set in my ways, and maybe I have a distorted view of things, and I'm at this point maybe I'm not as open as I should be to doing it a better way, a different way.
Okay, I am breaking open the mariquitas with the mojo. Have you ever had this?
I don't know what you just said.
Mariquitas are plantain chips.
Okay.
Mojo is this garlic, lime, oil, salt, parsley sauce.
I can smell it.
That is...
Wait, are you giving this to me?
I'm giving this to you,
Oh, you're very
yeah.
kind. Thank you.
Yeah, because I want you to have it the way you're supposed to have it.
The empanada is good. The
empanada is pretty good.
The outside is a bit thick. Is that what you'd say?
Do not make out with your wife tonight.
No. Good advice. But I will
have
say,
one of these so that when you and I make out...
Oh, wait. Heads up, Bob.
we will both...
this is amazing.
Well,
no,
the good thing
this
about
is amazing.
us...
See, this is our...
We
this
both
is,
love garlic, so...
Yeah, that's a really good thing
Oh,
about
this
us.
is fantastic.
But so, this is what I mean. Like, why can't you have this as... you bring this to the table... to the kids, you don't think the kids
game
are going
over.
to... Yeah,
Oh.
it's going to be unbelievable.
My
what
son
a
can
treat.
make that disappear in 5 minutes.
Yes. Here, Bob. Can you...
A garlicky...
Yeah.
Oh, that chip, that sauce is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, that's really garlicky.
It's really garlicky and really amazing. Okay, so I grew up eating this.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a recipe for the mariquitas on susosfork.com, and I just have this vision that it's even though my goal is to bring things from other countries to the palates of people here in the U.S., I'm starting off by using like my memories and my family's own cooking.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do as a
Exactly.
cook, is bring your culture and...
Right. So, so when we first came from Cuba, we were so lucky. Okay, the U.S. government was so kind to us, and this is why we are so grateful for this country's generosity. They offered us everything. I mean, they offered us so much help, and it was the 60s, and all these Cubans were just coming to Miami. They were escaping from this horrible government, and there was all sorts of stuff provided for us. Medical, food. Food was one of them. So we would get once a month. My grandmother and my mom would go to the Freedom Tower in Miami, and they would pick up a box that was packed with government food. And so there were cans of pork, shredded pork, cans of shredded meat, gigantic loaves of what you and I now know as Velveeta cheese, but it was like some kind of processed cheese. Butter, the most delicious butter in cans, and peanut butter in cans, and powdered milk, and all this stuff. So
Sorry, you had me at Velveeta cheese and butter.
yeah, exactly. So my mom, who, in Cuba we had a very different life. She had a cook. So, she's like 21, 22 years old, and she doesn't even know how to cook. And my mom learned how to cook using this refugee food, is that what we called it. Comida del refugio. So that's how she ended up, figuring out what to do. But then my grandmother was teaching her how to cook, and one of the big scenes that I can never be erased from my mind is my mom and my grandmother hovering over a gigantic pot of boiling oil, and they use this thing that's kind of like it's not like the fancy mandolin where you're always cutting yourself. I mean, it was like a little piece of wood, but it operated the same way with a blade, and they would be slicing plantains over it to make these chips that we're eating now.
Love
so
it.
I grew up eating these unbelievable chips that were just hot off they would leave them in there for like 10 seconds and put them out right away. My grandmother teaching my mom how to do it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's why I love these chips.
Oh yeah, you'll never look at a potato chip again after this.
No.
Is so good.
It's ridiculous, but you got to dip. I see that you're not dipping.
I'm being cautious.
Well, you really do have to make sure your wife tonight and your family, your whole family, needs to eat garlic
Unclear.
today.
Yeah, James, do you get complaints from the family about the way the car smells after countless meals in here?
Yes. To
I
the
would
point
think
where
so.
my daughter will say, "Let's not go in Dad's car. It always smells like barbecue or hot dogs."
Well, you know what? I think that when we're done with this interview, you're going to go back in that restaurant and you're going to order these and take them home for tonight.
Actually, you're half correct. I'm on orders for my 14-year-old to bring him back a Cubano sandwich. So, yes, I will be going back in. Every time I do one of these, Dad, what are you bringing back for me? I don't know. I don't know if the food's going to be good. Well, if the food's good, can you bring me back a Cubano? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, bring your kids some of these mariquitas.
Oh, my God, yeah. All right, so Bob, quick hot dog tangent. Favorite hot dog joints in Chicago?
Well, it changes from time to time, but I've been a longtime fan of Poochie's on Dempster and Skokie.
I was going to mention Poochie's. I think that is one of the unsung heroes of.
It's a great place. They do. Chris does
They
a
have
great
more than
job
hot
in there.
dogs, too. They have great...
They have a grilled salami
Sandwiches.
there, which is ridiculous.
They have grilled chicken, too, which is really good.
I grew up with the Berman family, so Super Dog's always been near and dear to me. And
Great steak sandwiches there, too.
That's a great fat hot dog, and the whole presentation there is fun.
The hot dog buried under fries in a box.
Yep. And it continues to steam in that box with the green tomato. So you got to get that once in a while. And I am a big fan of the Italian beef at Franny's out in Schiller Park. A lot of people don't know about that place. It doesn't get all of the attention that your places like Mr. Beef and Al's and even Portillo's get, but Franny's in Schiller Park is unbelievable.
We did a Periscope from Franny's in Schiller's Park not too long ago.
Do you need more
Let me
food, Bob?
tell you something.
There's plenty of food.
There's
really.
plenty. I don't know what...
Did we sample everything at this point?
Do you want another empanada? Do you want
Oh, no, I
pork?
had plenty of that.
Do you want more chips?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
there's one more croqueta left here.
No, I'm
The croqueta
I'm
is so,
fine.
so delicate. You can make.
So can I want to finish telling you when you're done with Bob about hot dogs. I want to finish telling you about the croqueta story
Okay, sorry.
in Spain.
I'm going to eat the croqueta if no one's going to eat.
Please, have it.
To sum up, basically, any place that will serve you a good Vienna crisp, kind of crisp when you bite into it, dog, has some bite, steamed bun, celery salt, is going to probably make my list eventually and occasionally.
Because this is a question I wrestle with. What really makes a hot dog good, or how do you tell the difference between a good one and a bad one? I think you kind of said it. The steamed bun.
Boiled
That-
hot dog, got to
that
be
give.
boiled.
That give when you bite into it. Mm-hmm. But it's a subtle nuance.
Yeah, and I don't ask me about fine wines, but if you ask me about, and I use the term lovingly, junk food, I'm a connoisseur, and it's quite the snob when it comes to junk food. I will not have pizza anywhere, or ribs anywhere, or Italian beef, or hot dogs or hamburgers just anywhere.
I was a vegetarian for a while, like years.
Oh, wow.
When I bounced back, I came back hard. First meal, had a steak at Ruth's Chris. I was
That's good.
I was there on business, and I started to hear, how when you go to Ruth's Chris, you can hear the steak coming from
Oh, it's
the
sizzling.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sizzling in butter.
That was it. I was done. Then the next day, I got myself a beef and sausage combo, jardinera. And then it was just, it was all
Wow, you had a
full
lot
speed
stored
ahead.
up.
Yeah, really. I came back strong. All right, so your story, Marianne, sorry.
Oh, the croqueta story. So we take this family vacation, and by that I mean like 14 of us. and my parents and, two of my brothers, my three brothers, kids and all that. So we go on this vacation to Spain, and we fly to Madrid, and the plan is to drive south all the way to Marbella on the coast and stop in the paradores. Do you know what a parador is?
I'm nodding my head, but I really don't.
No, the paradores they're the government has taken over all these convents and monasteries, and they've converted them into hotels.
Old
And
castles, too.
Old castles. Some of
I
them.
bet that's super cool.
It's so cool. Some of them are, they're pricey. Others are not pricey, but they're all in pretty good locations because, monasteries and castles, and they were always built like on the top of a hill or on
Yeah.
top of a cliff or something. So they're all in great locations. And we decided, because we are, croquetas come from the motherland, Spain. So as you can see, it's like a deep fried thing, right? Cylindrical.
It looks like a mozzarella stick.
It looks like a mozzarella stick. These do, but normally they're rounder and
Fatter.
a little bit larger.
Like me.
Right. And they're so recreating them here in the U.S. has been a very tough thing. These are pretty good, but when you go and eat one in Spain, you die because it's like a delicious thing that pops open in your mouth, and it's all like bechamel sauce. And it's a serrano, jamón serrano, like the ham, the Spanish ham. And it's just like unbelievable. And every Cuban kid's mom makes croquetas, and you argue about whose are better, right? My mom still makes them for us every year when we go there for Christmas. She's made like 80 croquetas, for the whole family to consume in the span of a week. So anyway, we went to Spain, and then we stopped in Paradores all the way down to the southern tip. And we rated the croquetas in every parador, because all of them have different chefs. And we found the best croquetas in Spain that we, at the time. And I want to go back now with Suso's Fork and do this again. But this time with a camera crew.
Yeah, more formally.
More formally, yeah. But we did it, and it was unbelievable. And do you want to know where the best one was?
Sure, I can bank it for later.
Poochie's, ironically.
I knew it! They've got the cheese fries and the croquetas.
No.
It was in this little town that the main attraction of this little town is a bull. What do you call it?
A bullfighter's ring, a bull ring.
A bull ring.
Yeah.
That's the main attraction in this little town. It's called Ronda. It's beautiful, and they made the to die for croquetas there. So I want to go back to Ronda and see if we were right years ago.
Marianne, it sure seems to me, listening to you talk, seeing the website, you've kind of locked into the right groove. Like, this is the way things have lined up career-wise, like, have set you up to do something really cool here.
Yeah, we're having a great time doing it. We just need to turn it into something big now. Mm-hmm. But we're getting big thanks to all the unbelievable fans that we have in Chicago, but we're starting it here. We just launched it 2 months ago.
And if you go to the site, susosfork.com, and you subscribe with your email, you will get free recipes.
I love it. Now, how do you test those out? I mean, do you
make them, photograph them, and I have
and I eat them.
Bob eats them, yeah.
The test kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to expand on that too, though. I have a lot of friends who love cooking, and they have said, "I'll help you do, test them." So I am.
How selfless.
Yeah, right. I said, okay, I'll buy all the ingredients. You make them. You test these recipes. I'll go photograph them, and then you can keep the food, feed your family.
That seems like a great deal.
So yeah, but hopefully that's as we expand, we're needing more time to do other things.
Well, one thing we were talking about as we were waiting for our food at 90 miles. I mean, I think the secret to a lot of success, be it blog, podcast, etc., the right idea and tenacity. Just being there and consistently delivering great product. I mean, there are very few overnight successes in anything, but I think if you keep doing what you're doing, it seems natural that the rest will come.
Well, also if it's your passion,
We hope
clearly
so.
you can tell that this is a passion, and
Exactly.
and Marianne has a great feel for the food and this particular kind of food, and
we love to travel. I mean, traveling and finding these places and bringing the food. Bob and I went to. Bob, can I reveal what you and I did a few weeks ago?
all depends
embarrassed?
which story you're revealing.
Okay, I'm going to tell you anyway. Bob and I went to a yoga retreat Yes, Bob
Well,
does yoga.
that's no big secret. It's on your social media.
I know, but every time we talk about it, even his family in LA was saying, "Really, you went to a yoga retreat?"
Yes, I did.
So, and he did yoga twice a day, every day.
But was it cleansing?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I look at it selfishly as something that will keep me playing softball for more years.
Yeah, he's all stretched out.
And I bet you look dynamite in yoga pants.
Well, I don't exactly go the fashion route.
So anyway, so we went there and we stayed in this place. The resort. It's called. It's not a resort. It's a yoga place. I don't know. You only do yoga at this place, and it's called Shinalani. XINAL.
It's just outside of Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes by boat away from Puerto Vallarta. But
True
anyway,
retreat.
It was really unbelievable. You can only get there by boat, and so we had these. You know, part of it was they were cooking for us these Mexican meals, simple Mexican meals. Like the cook was unbelievable, but everything was so simple. So in the next few weeks, we'll be bringing those recipes. We took a cooking class. I already have on my website like a little piece of video where I'm making a chocolate truffle, and it's the simplest thing ever to make. But like people don't know how to do that.
Well, it's one of those things. People just assume that sort of thing is out of reach.
Yeah, they think it's
The
out
word
of reach.
truffle's intimidating.
Truffle's intimidating. You melt the chocolate, okay? You keep stirring it until it's the right consistency. You add a little bit of habanero pepper juice that you put in the blender and with water. Mm-hmm. So it's like a hot thing. So you add that to the chocolate and you keep stirring it, and it starts to become like a hard consistency. And then you take a little bit with your hand. You put an almond in the middle and you shape it into a ball. And then you coat it in coconut or whatever you like. And that's it. That's a truffle.
Sold.
See how easy it is? I thought truffles were like, oh my God, you have to do, whatever. I didn't even know what I
I
thought.
thought you needed to go to like a French patisserie and
Yes.
recruit. Yeah.
I love the simplicity of this food that could and should be available to everybody, because a lot of it is really healthy too. I mean, you think that, like all these additives that they put in these truffles that you buy at a drugstore or whatever. And it's like, you make it yourself. Have it. Make it yourself. Stick them in the refrigerator. Have your kids eat that stuff. It's healthy. Sort of.
Awesome. All right, so Bob, maybe next time we'll talk a little bit more in depth about beef sandwiches.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Love beef sandwiches.
Love a good beef.
Yeah, I can even take Marianne with me when I get Italian beef because she likes those.
Well, it reminds me of a pan con bistec, which is a beef sandwich with grilled onions.
Of course.
Of course. So, all right, susosfork.com is where we find you and see what Surratt and Marciano are up to now.
Yes.
And where it will be in the future.
Yes, you can also, if you are, if you do social media, if you're like on Twitter or Pinterest or YouTube,
This is tailor-made for Pinterest
or
and Instagram.
Facebook, yeah. If you're on any of these, we are on there too. Look us up under Suso's Fork. But I got a confession to make. I am still trying to figure out Pinterest.
I'm the wrong guy to help.
Still trying to figure it out. So we have, our pictures are getting posted there, but I need to figure out how to follow people, how to have people follow me.
Someone will know and get in touch with us.
Yeah, get in touch with us. You can write to us, too, at marianne@susosfork.com.
Which is how I got a hold of you.
That's how you
It
found
really
me.
works.
It really works.
A real-life testimonial.
And I really answer email, and I see everything.
Well, you know how to you knew how to spell Marianne correctly, James. That was a secret. Marianne.
And we will post this on our social media as well.
Now, before I cut you guys loose, I'm going to ask Bob a question. When I think of the work you've done, Bob, Chicago Tonight stands out to me.
Oh, thank you.
As I think one of your finer moments in broadcasting. What was your takeaway from that experience?
Well, I had a good time doing that. Basically, an hour of live television 4 nights a week, and then the fifth night we taped an interview series called The Friday Night Show, which I really enjoyed as well because you have a chance to talk to somebody for almost a half hour without interruption. So, I really enjoyed that opportunity. It was very rewarding. It was hard to come up with things because you're doing a lot of TV every night. But
Well,
it
wait.
was-
Let me stop you there. Tell the truth. It's not hard to come up with things.
Oh, I guess hard to
It's
come up with good things.
Hard to come up with good things.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
Bob says, I don't know, you've never worked with him, but I have worked with him for more than 20 years. His true talent is in saying no. That's his true talent.
That's why I'm beloved by the staff all
Everybody
the time.
hates him because all these things come your way, and Bob is like, no.
Yeah, Fox Thing in the Morning was probably maybe more fun to do because of the nature of that show. But Chicago Tonight, at that stage of my life and my career, it seemed right.
Awesome. So Bob is expert at saying no. It's a gift.
Yeah,
It's a gift.
I'm glad
it's
you
very
call it that.
tempting to say yes to things that public relations companies and all these people send your way constantly. It's and of course, how easy could it be? You just say yes, and then your day is done, and then you did stuff that like sometimes people don't really care about.
Well,
But-
you just described the life of a overnight weekend part-time WGN fill-in host. Wait, you're telling me that you've got someone who's willing to come in at 3:15 in the morning on a Sunday? Sounds like a great guest. That's great. Can we keep him on for an hour?
Well, sometimes it's harder to you don't have the option if you're working at 3:15 in the morning, and you've got to take what you can. But if you have a position like Bob did
for
on
sure.
Chicago Tonight, where you can really have access to anybody, but it's easier for people to just bring you what landed on their desk, then more power to him for saying no to a lot of things.
I totally agree.
Also, selfishly, I always had more fun and thought I did a better job doing segments that I actually cared about. You can sort of fake your way through these things, but it's more fun when you don't have to.
Right. Well, it's what you were saying about the website. It's if you're passionate about something,
Right.
whether it's broadcasting or the web or whatever, it shines through.
Right, and
that's-
I think you've got to be you. I remember years ago reading something Johnny Carson said to somebody about being yourself, and he was saying that there's no guarantee you're going to be successful when you are being yourself on the air, but if you're not being true to yourself, there's zero chance you'll be successful.
Awesome. Bob, Marianne, thank you so much for eating Cuban
Thank
food
you.
with me and hanging out.
Well, thank you for being so adventurous that you would try everything.
Oh,
This
please.
is great.
I love it. All right, so SusosFork.com is where you find you. You're on social media. And if you're listening to the show right now and you're thinking, wow, I love this. This is clearly the future of car-based food podcasting. Giddy up. We're on Twitter, @CarConCarne. The website is carconcarne.com. Thanks again, guys.
Hey, and the lazy boy you have in the back seat worked out great for me.
Just for you.
And by the way, next time I need to do an interview with you about why you came up with car con carne. Really, you're very Latin of you.
Or Spanglish than anything. It's a car with meat.
Exactly.
That's it. There's the elevator pitch. Done.
Okay, I love it.
All right, unlock the doors.